Morning, everyone. Boker Tov. We are continuing with the halachot of thievery and the avera of not being allowed to steal, of course. And let's say so. There's a concept with regards to Hilchot Shabbat and Mechalim Shabbat kedei le'atzil mamon. We're not allowed to violate Shabbat in order to save money. So let's say if the Gemara brings a case, so the Gemara is a person's house is burning down. So this is back in the day, and I'll explain why in a minute. A house burning down, so you're losing all your possessions. If you and your family are now safe, then you can't violate Shabbat. But that was back in the day where a house, let's say, was in the middle of a field, not attached through any wires or anything to neighbors' houses or whatever it was, and there's not even one chance that it's going to affect anyone else, a pikuach nefesh, then that's the case. But nowadays, things could spread, etc. So you would violate in order because of pikuach nefesh. But that's where it would come in. So let's say someone would come and steal on Shabbat. Someone broke into your house and stole on Shabbat. You wake up in the morning, you see your downstairs is ransacked, and they stole. Now, it's it. They're not here anymore. There's no threat. Pikuach nefesh. The door is still, you could lock the door afterwards and you could still stay in your house. Technically, you're not supposed to call the cops. You can't be Mechalel Shabbat because of money that was stolen. I had a personal story when I first got married after a few months. Sometimes, no one's perfect and people make mistakes or whatever. So what happened? Anyways, we went out on Friday night and we came back and our apartment got robbed. And we lived in a basement of a villa, of a house in Yerushalayim. And understandably, my wife was scared. She didn't want to sleep there. It was midnight when we came home, and I don't want to sleep there. Let's go sleep. Let's tell the owner that lives on top of us. He was the owner. Let's tell him, and we're sleeping there tonight. So, honey, they're not shomer Shabbat, the owners, and even those Yerushalayim, whatever, they weren't shomer Shabbat. And they're gonna call the cops. So, no, we'll tell them not to call the cops. It's not gonna work like that, right? But anyways. It was 3 months after you're married. You can't fight that much. So we went upstairs and we told them we got robbed downstairs, and of course they called the cops. But okay, whatever. But in that case, still, cops. There's no situation of pikuach nefesh. There's not even a doubt of maybe it's going to cause any harm to anyone. So then, really, you shouldn't violate Shabbat in a case of thievery. Let's say a person stole when he was a minor before his bar mitzvah. And now he becomes older, and he realizes, I stole before I was bar mitzvah, and I want to pay it back. Do I have to pay it back? Or is it just a nice thing to do? So the truth is, it is not an obligation. When you're a katan, you're a katan. It doesn't mean now you have the right to go steal. We say if a person stole, it's a nice thing to go pay it back. It's a kiddush Hashem, but it's not an obligation. But certainly if a person stole after his bar mitzvah, he's 13, 14, let's say you're an adult. So you have to make sure to pay that back. Averas on the father. A child before his bar mitzvah is like a person's animal, so to speak. Exactly. So a person's animal damages, he's got to pay back. So yes, the father's got to pay back in that situation. But let's say father's not around, whatever. Now the kid he grows up. Do I have to pay back what I stole when I was a kid? And the answer technically is no. Last point is, let's say someone steals from you, and at the same time he leaves behind his phone. Let's just say. He comes and you see that the whole thing's stolen, and he leaves by his phone. And you know this guy, you can't win him in court. Whatever the situation is, that you won't be able to get your money back from him. So you're allowed to keep what, if it's against the value, he stole $1,000 from you, he leaves a $500 phone. So even if you can't get it out of him in court, you can't get him in the legal way, and he left this doesn't allow you now to go to his garage and steal things, but he left things behind in your property. Technically, you're allowed to keep it to offset what he stole from you. But of course, try to get it done in the proper ways, but that is allowed. Okay, Minchat tonight at 5:40. Have a good day, everyone.